you see here, every line is a connection going to somewhere on the planet. We don't see all of the cities, we see the top few hundred cities on the world in terms of megabytes being transferred. And what you see also on the surface of the planet, the bright spots, those are actually the megabytes being transferred and ending up there. And you see the dark side is, almost. Yes, and you see the dark side is nighttime and the brighter side is daytime on the planet. And well, that was just to give a sense of the overall flows of megabytes and how they change with geography and with time. You can zoom in, you can see actually that's Europe waking up. Look at London, you know, the connections, the financial, what was the financial district probably, connections with New York. And then you go South America, and you got Buenos Aires and the main hubs over there waking up in the morning. Intensity increases a lot. All of this was in real time coming from the AT&T network. You got Asia going to sleep, so the amounts of bits diminishes. And you know, I can do a lot of this. The interesting thing is actually what a number of people in the group are doing now. There's a few PhDs and postdocs. Is look at this pavilion at the entrance of the expo called the Digital Water Pavilion. And this is the first video we did like a little over a year ago. There's a bit of sound. I don't know if... Doesn't matter. Well, if you approach it and then you will open it, you let you into the pavilion, and it becomes like a living type of partition. And then you get inside. The roof of the pavilion is also covered with water. What you see at the end is actually a new bridge by Zaha Hadid, just next to the side. That's where you enter the expo. If there's wind, you can actually lower the roof, so you minimize splashing. And you can actually close down the pavilion. So the idea is that the full architecture can disappear. If you shut it down at 80%, hopefully this year in 2009 it will be fully working, and they are planning a festival. So this was a guy from the team from MIT testing the water. This is somebody a bit puzzled. You see the guy to the left at the beginning when we were testing the system. You can see you can like cut and carve the water and the walls. This is when you go down this long boulevard. The idea of the pavilion is that it's only a thin piece of roof on the boulevard that raises and lowers, so that when it's down, there's no architecture, you just have the boulevard, and when it's up, you have this 3D water architecture. This is some testing with projections, and this was me trying not to get wet, entering the building. And here I've got an interesting story. So we've got sensors on all the sides of the building, opening and closing to let you in and let you out. However, one day, all the sensors didn't work. I think probably the operating system was Windows and it crashed. So all the sensors didn't work. And actually what happened that night was quite impressive because all the kids from Zaragoza came to the building because the pavilion had become something else. Before it was a space where you approach it, it will open and let you in. So it was something that would be servient, would adapt to what you wanted. But that night, the pavilion became its own thing with cuts and holes in the water, and the gamers would go through the water without getting wet. So actually, we thought it was interesting that interaction is not always about doing something that will please the person that's interacting. But in this case, people really loved when the pavilion became more like somebody you can cheat and play with and engage with. So